Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. Today we're working on the Razor, but I'm doing some videos that will detail me pulling things off and on that maybe some of you don't really care to watch me do the whole thing and you just want to know that one part. So that's what this video is. So hopefully you enjoy it. I got to do some rewiring on this thing, but right now I'm doing the winch and I need to wire that in. So I need to clean up some of what's here. It probably won't be a permanent fix, but I want to kind of show you kind of the, I guess, story of the wiring in this Razor. So keep in mind this isn't the end. I'm just cleaning it up for now, but I kind of want you to see kind of some before and after type things. So without further ado, we're just going to kind of set things up, and I'll show you kind of what's here and how I'm going to clean it up. And first of all, sorry about the light, but that's the first thing. You need lots of light to work under the dash. Second, I took the bar out. There's usually a bar right here, a couple of 13mm bolts, easily gone. An old circa 1970s, maybe early 80s couch cushion, and some old foam that we used to have, one of those bed foam things on our bed, cut up, and a place for your feet and your body to lay comfortably as you can get. We got what appears to be a power wire just hanging out right here. We have, where is it? Right here, a ground wire going to nothing that goes around and up into all this mess of stuff here. So I need to figure out where that's going. We have this brown wire right here that's just barely holding on. We got just an absolute mess of stuff going on here, and I don't know if it should be hooked to something or shouldn't be hooked to something. A lot of this might be why we don't have power going back to the back blinker lights and things like that. I don't know if that has anything to do with any of this in here. I did notice also, then we have this also unhooked from anything. I don't know what it's going to, but a couple of going together there. I thought I saw, I wonder if it went back in here. Oh, right there we got a couple of, I don't know if you can see them, a couple of wires right here just sticking out nowhere. There's a ton of stuff over here, so definitely going through all this. I kind of started doing some stuff, not really, this is mostly how it was. The only thing I did was actually unhook these right here because they're definitely in the way and I need to move them, even though they have to be hooked in the same place. So I actually mark them where they go on this right here. I'm not going to talk about where things go or what they're for because I don't know where they go or what they're for right now. I just know most everything worked in here, so I don't want to mess with it until I figure it out. Second, I have figured out that this is an aftermarket circuit breaker, so or fuse panel, I guess I should call it. But regardless, so I'm glad it's here. I'm just gonna have to kind of redo a few things, and nothing's really done wrong. I'm just kind of, I don't like spider webs of wires everywhere. I don't know if you can see that, and wires sticking out that aren't attached to things really bug me. Even if they don't have power going through them, I want to know why they're there or what could be going through them. If they get in contact with something else somehow, they could become live, so you got to be careful with that. So I also unhooked this because it was going up and over, and you can see where it's started kind of wearing it through. So definitely going to be redoing a lot of this, but right now it's just a matter of cleaning it up. So this is kind of a before, and I'm going to start working on cleaning it up. We're down in the firewall here up in the front, And this is sticking through here with no grommet. And yet again, we're just kind of getting things going, but I want them safer. And so I'm going to go ahead and slice this grommet and try and shove it around that. I don't know if you can see that, but it's in there. And it's, you know, it's not coming out. It's definitely holding that good now, so that makes it so it doesn't rattle around quite as much as well. So I don't know if you noticed, I know I filmed it at some point, but whether or not it'll get cut in, I don't know. But this was just kind of under one of those lugs with nothing on there. So I'm going to actually cut this down because it's pretty long to size, and then put an end on that. And then I got a bunch of these. I'm going to go ahead and take one of those, put it on there for now, and at least it will have something that more resembles what should be and not just wires hooked to a screw. It's not perfect, but as you can see, I've added that in where I wanted it. So go check that out if you want to watch how I installed the 5,000 pound Harbor Freight winch on here. But basically I just kind of took everything, I rerouted some of the wire, and a bunch of it I just took and put zip ties on it and zip tied it so it's not rubbing, or moved the wire so they were in a better place. That right there is not wiring of any sort. I put that on there and taped it up just because I don't know what that wire goes to, and it is red, so I just know I'm going to have to mess with that later. So I put that on there and taped it up. As you can see, that keeps it at least safer than it was when it was open. And then I took the brown wire and actually put a connection on that to so there's not a bunch of wires just hooked to a screw. And I hooked up this black wire right here that's next to it. I put an end on that and hooked it to the ground just because it appears everything else hooked to that is hooked to the ground. So I don't know why that wasn't hooked to anything, if it was kind of the same as this brown one and it finally broke off and just started dangling where it was, or if I need to hook it somewhere else. We'll find that out later. But as you can see, I mean, it's not perfect, but it is better than it was until I can get to it. I'm not worried about somebody, you know, throwing their purse down here and accidentally yanking a wire out or something like that. I do wish this had some sort of a cover on it. So I need to see if I can find a name and see if there's a cover. So, and also, as you might tell, I forgot to put the boots on that right there, but I'm not going to worry about it. I am going to put some dielectric grease up in there and call it a day. If I feel like I'm having problems with them, then I will worry about that later. But now I'll be able to kind of pay more attention to them, see if they are corroding, because it does seem like this winch, a lot of people say these wires kind of tend to corrode. So there you go. Now you know. I did not bother with this right now. It's just kind of is what it is. I'm not sure what's there, and I don't want to pull or yank on anything anymore. And I need to get this thing out of the garage so I can go play with it for a while, and then I'll bring it back in at a later time where I can spend more time on this. Now get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junk Works Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.